Hey everybody, it's Brian Asbury, and I just wanted to welcome you to today's episode. If you could, like today's episode, hit that subscribe button, and let's continue to grow the developmentally speaking brand. Today, my guest is former WWE superstar, Tough Enough winner, Mr. Joshua Bredl. Josh, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good, brother. How are you doing today?
Good, I can't complain. Wish this weather was a
Beautiful.
little nicer, but
Yeah, where you at? Where you coming from right now? Where you
I'm
hailing
in
from?
Indiana, so it's hit and miss.
Oh,
It could
okay. I'm in
rain.
Colorado right now, so I'm with you. It's cold out here too, bro.
It could snow today and be 80 tomorrow.
Yeah, that bipolar situation, bro.
So, what made you want to get into professional wrestling?
I mean, it's kind of a funny story, bro. I would say I always like kind of fantasized what all young men fantasize about doing some great cool things, like being on a TV screen, XYZ. But I never really like had a fixation with WWE.
Hmm.
Or WWF. Therefore, when I was born in 1991, so I'm not too old, not too young. But I basically my experience with like WWE, WWF, SmackDown was like Nintendo 64 at my neighbor's house. You feel me? Like
Hmm.
my mom, I was raised a certain way. Like my mom didn't really like me watching too violent stuff. Kind of kept me like try to shut my eyes, which just made me peek harder. You know what I mean? Type of situation. But growing up, I know I would go to my friend Brandon Lashbrook's crib, and we'd play Nintendo 64 SmackDown, and I'd either be Stone Cold or Undertaker. You know what I mean? I was usually Undertaker, and I would just power up on the turnbuckle and then go uh, smash buttons until I won. You know what I mean? And then as I got older, I led a life of sports, mostly football. Basketball was my first love, and then I found myself in this strange post NFL tough enough conundrum, and then I decided to capitalize on it and make it my own. And then I was able to become tough enough and win the championship, and then I was able to be in the WWE for 4 years, and it was just one of those things. It was a strange pivotal moment that I didn't really plan out, and but I'm blessed to have lived it, and it's still something that I keep in my tool belt. You never know when some return situation could happen,
Hmm.
could not happen. I don't know. Times are different nowadays, you know.
So, how did the whole tough enough situation come about?
I've told the story a couple times. Let me see if I can make it a little crispier for us. Basically, uh, I was with the Green Bay Packers. They did a position change. I went from defensive end to right tackle. Hated it. Wasn't performing well. I got released, but they put some weight on me before they released me. So now I'm back in Colorado, 330 pounds, unhappy, slight identity crisis. I'm just going to the gym. I'm just going back to my craft and doing what I know how to do, which is work out hard and network. And at the time, I was doing a whole lot of online training. I kind of got that out the mud while I was in college, and I was kind of like one of the founding fathers of that whole oasis when Instagram met fitness in the
Hmm.
early 2011s. You know what I mean? I was doing that, and so I basically got this email from my likelihood on Instagram that was suggesting I should do Tough Enough, and I neglected it. Then I got another email saying like you should Skype us and do this interview. And I thought, to me, Skype is a red flag. I'm like, nah, I'm out of there. So I ended up going 2 3 weeks after I got released from the Green Bay. I'm working out. I'm feeling no momentum. I'm getting nervous. I'm like looking for an option. And I remember this email that's just a shot in hell, right? So I go
Hmm.
back to my trash can. I take it out of the trash can. I check it out. I'm like, they're like, Skype us. I say, I'm not going to Skype you, but I'll FaceTime somebody. They're like, hey, if you could FaceTime this number in the next 30 minutes, let's get it cracking. So I went, I FaceTimed them. So basically, I take the call. On the call, it's Triple H and some casting directors. I talk to them. They fly me out to Florida, and the rest is history, bro. I like got on the show. I was top 13 out of like 300 people, maybe like 300 plus.
Hmm.
After that moment, I get on to this next chapter, which so I win the show, and then I'm in the WWE. I win the show, and then I'm in the show, and that's basically how I got in it, bro.
Did you feel like it was more they knew that they wanted you, or was it an actual competition?
No, it was a real competition, bro. I got put in the bottom three like
Hmm.
second week, and when I got there, I wasn't who I was when I won the show. Like I put in a lot of hard work. Like when I got there, I was 330 pounds, By the time I was like week 1, I was like 308. When I won the show, I was 255 shredded again. You know what I mean? Like I used it as like a literal fat camp first,
Mm-hmm.
like reality TV show. Yeah, bro. So basically, it was like I don't think it wasn't like a fixed atmosphere in
Mm-hmm.
any sorts at all. It was like more so a situation where I felt like that it was definitely like obvious through just like human nature and observation that I had like an edge because of like my size and
Mm-hmm.
my experience and like my energy. But I mean, that's me. So it's like I was on the show. Like I was destined to win, bro. I won. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there was definitely times where I was like, damn, I'm gonna go home. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So like that's how I knew like what I'm telling you right now is like not the case. You know what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a fixed situation. It was like I was put the bottom three, I think week 2 and like week 7. There was times where like I was struggling, tired, exhausted, like not knowing where I was gonna fit in. Like there's a lot of moments where like that are captured on camera that don't make it to the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was crazy. Like we were like the set was inside of a warehouse, and it was like the warehouse had like 15-foot ceilings, and then like the set that they made for like Tough Enough the barracks was like minimal budget, so they could like lean into like, oh, it's like army like barracks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the walls were only like 8 feet tall with no ceiling, so it was like 8 foot tall ceilings, and then 8 foot tall walls, no ceiling, and then the actual ceiling. So it was like this like so the camera angles made it look like it was a reality TV show house, but I'm living in a literal warehouse. There was no AC until like week 4 or 5, bro. So it was like crazy. We're in Florida, dead summer, sweating nuts. They finally bring this like crack a garage door open, put some like plywood with some circular cutouts, hook up a diesel air conditioning machine outside that they run around the clock, just filling it with diesel fuel, just putting exhaust in there. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, bro. But it's like, thank God now it's cold. This is the
Mm-hmm.
type of this was not like fixed. This was not luxury. This was like real deal, bro. Like when I this thing changed my like this changed my core, bro. Like 16 weeks in that thing felt like a year and a half, bro. And like I seriously like and utterly like felt like I was as much of a luxury and a blessing it was
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to like how it felt being on the show, it was straight incarceration, bro. Like they had us mic'd up from like 6 a.m. to around like 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. Saturday there was a little bit of like something something. Then like the rest of Saturday and Sunday we were on our own. So we would just go out into Orlando and just like caged animal, like caged dog getting out the fence. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And now the family's looking for the dog all weekend, and then finally put you back in on Monday, bro. And it was crazy. Like I had a good ride. It was a crazy time, but it was definitely like well earned, bro.
Mm-hmm. Was it an easy transition from football to wrestling? Was it what you thought it would be?
Now a lot of people ask that. I would say it wasn't a. I guess maybe that set me up for a little bit more of like a better blend into it,
Mm-hmm.
but mostly it was like a lot of those like a lot of the formula from football doesn't really fit into the WWE. Like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like being strong and looking cool and like having an aggressive will to win helps, but like that really just rubs a lot of people the wrong way over here. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And like there's like I describe it. There's like a type A and a type B. You know what I mean? There's people who were born into wrestling and loved it from high school on, and after their high school career of whatever they did, wrestling or not, they got into indies and they earned it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's people who did other things with life and then like wound up there. And like the era I entered the WWE into, that there was minimal harmony there. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of like heat, actually, instant heat. And if you're coming from football, you don't even know what heat is. Like you know what heat is in life, but you don't know heat is heat, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so they're setting up booby traps for you. They're trying to like make you stub your toe without even knowing it. Um, I guess that cutthroatness doesn't really relate to football. Football is like a game where you put on a helmet and you win or lose. You know what I mean? It's not
Mm-hmm.
too cutthroat. You know what I mean? Like WWE is a little more cutthroat. Nowadays, it's a lot more broadly accepted. Me Too movement happened. Cancel culture happened. Like all these like weird things happen. Now it's like everything's the book's wide open. Everyone sees what it is
Mm-hmm.
for it is. You know what I'm saying? Like people get to be themselves and are accepted now. I was still in this like little like weird gray area where it's like and also like you talk, I'm sure this will probably be one of your questions. There's like a tough enough curse, you know what I mean? Like everybody that one tough enough like is no longer a wrestler, and it's because there's this like strange hate slash expectation slash like I mean, like we kind of all got exploited in a certain way where it's like we were on a show that
Mm-hmm.
had expectation. We won the show. Everyone's happy we won, but then now everyone's happy to like see us out, and it's like crazy because like to me it's like a waste of inertia because we all come in with this crazy momentum that can be molded and shaped to either benefit us, benefit another guy, another top guy, or both.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like creating this roaring fire and then putting it out and then expecting to start it again. And then if it never comes back on, oh, it's whatever we put. Like it's so strange, bro. But I guess it's just one of those things that is unexplainable, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the football guy won.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's what some people see. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like I was definitely a football guy,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like some other guys that were like the bodybuilding guy. There was like the wrestler guy. There was like the like fighter kind of weirdo guy. There was like the swamp guy. There, you know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
always the guy,
Mm-hmm.
but then like it goes a lot deeper than that too. You know what I mean? That like all those guys are humans that have like intricate details that can blossom into dope characters, and those guys can become legends. And they all, everyone from that show is a legend in their own right. Like I've kept up with most of them in some capacity, whether I just follow them or sometimes chat with them, XYZ. Everyone goes through their ups and downs. Everyone's been on like there's like some every single one of those guys has had a crazy
Mm-hmm.
like from then to now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like it's crazy. Like, I think it was a fun ride, and I would be happy to wrestle again, but it would have to be worth it. I think a lot of things that happen with tough enough people too that transition. Whether you're on the show, like you see, like Mandy and Daria and all them, they went and had super successful careers. They didn't win, but they. But the thing is, like during our time of our beginnings through Tough Enough and like the Matt Bloom, like getting whipped by Matt Bloom in that weird little NXT era, like
Mm-hmm.
they depreciate our bodies heavily for no reason. Like it's for their own ego for a little while, and then like that's sad because all those people who have those careers now or their careers are over, you expedite like a 10-year period out. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, which is nuts. Like, and now it's like you get in there, preservation is key, like from the jump and I respect that. I don't envy that. I'm glad. I'm happy to hear that. But like there was a long time, even like Enzo Amore, like his whole entry way, like it was even before mine. It was even more gruesome. It was way more blue collar, if even blue collar. It was show up in the morning with styrofoam cup of coffee and take bumps from some asshole guy that I'm not even aware what his name is anymore. But it was like the guy that like predecessor of Matt Bloom that just used to just run guys in and out. Like had a career trying to make people's life hell. Like and not
Mm-hmm.
like on some cool like oh it's a football guy, football coach that's hard. Like this guy's literal psychopath with like changing people's lives. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty crazy, couple interesting silent little eras that happened. You know what I mean? And I was blessed to like dive in, get a huge umbrella spectrum view of it all. And I'm a pretty aware guy. Like I might be a football guy. I'm fucking intelligent. I'm the smartest
Mm-hmm.
guy in the room more than half the time. I keep it quiet though, and I observe. I see everything that's going on, and then I attack. I mean, I don't attack with aggression. I attack with a plan. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the reason I won. But yeah, I did get to see a cool wide array of um, legends come in and out, strange beginnings, strange endings, hearing things that were 5, 10 years right before me, seeing things that happen now 5, 10 years right after me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just sitting here sipping my root strength, enjoying it, just like you are, buddy.
Was
I gotta
it?
get you, I
Go
gotta
ahead.
get you some root strength. That's my product, bro. Root strength. Right here's a little promo, real quick.
Okay.
Root strength. It's an adaptogenic drink. It's a coffee replacement. Also, like a pre-workout replacement. That's the main reason me and my buddy invented it. It's like an adaptogenic drink. So I'll cut that out. Let me say it again. It's an adaptogenic drink. It's a mushroom coffee, so it's mushroom energy, clean. It's got lion's mane, cordyceps. It's sweetened with beetroot extract, which in itself is a sweetener, but also a vasodilator. It's a great product, bro. It's got like long-lasting energy. It's gonna be something that you create, and you have it warm too, so it tastes like hot chocolate. It's gonna be something that creates like good opportunity for you. You start seeing like clearer. It's like more like nootropic, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like you have this kind of like mental clarity focus. It's not like a coffee pre-workout. It's none of that. It's like very smooth and nice and It's what you need, bro. So I'll get you some. Give me your address after this. I'll send some out to you, bro. But I've been focused on that lately. We also got this new bar coming out. It's called Kami Euphorics. It's a nice blend of it's a tantric chocolate, so it's an aphrodisiac bar. This is not by any means an aggressive way to pursue those means, but this is a very nice, natural way to connect with either someone that you love or yourself,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're like kind of trying to not really drink anymore, or you're not trying to smoke anymore, but when you go out, you kind of feel like you need that little extra something
Mm-hmm.
to kind of connect with the people. This will kind of get you in that flow state and make you feel nice and feel poetic and feel connected to people. So this is a good one too. It's called Kama Bar. It's Kama Euphorics. You can find all this on my Instagram at Yeti Hood. So check me out, dog. What you got going, bro?
Absolutely. So after you went Tough Enough, was all eyes immediately on you? Like when you started, was there any difference between Tough Enough and transitioning over to training at the Performance Center?
Yeah, so I mentioned that warehouse
Mm-hmm.
earlier that I lived at during that warehouse in itself is like physically connected to the same building that the PC is in. So it was like literally like the set that Tough Enough was on was literally like three units combined. Those units are right next to the unit that is the PC. So I already was at the PC. And
Mm-hmm.
so some of the challenges were at the PC. We would go shower at the PC. We would go like every day. Like we would go to the PC to do certain workouts in the morning at night, or like our personal workouts. They would give us time to sometimes go over there. So the transition wasn't too crazy at all because I literally went from being in the same location
Mm-hmm.
in the tough enough mindset for 16 weeks to now winning the show, finding an address nearby, moving in, and then now still going to the performance center. So the transition wasn't too weird. You asked, were all eyes on me? Yes, they were immensely. Like and sadly in that time with like negative intention,
Mm-hmm.
it seemed. I mean, I'm kind of a paranoid guy. I don't like think the worst, but it was very obvious and blatant that people were looking for like chinks in my armor per
Mm-hmm.
se to like exploit me or expose me or like ruin me or like take advantage of me. I mean, like I understand like people get mad about people making more money than them or whatever. Like when I've been working harder and longer, I get that like mentality, but also like holy shit, like what are how old are we? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like I won a show that I got on, I had some bread, it's cool. Like, but there was definitely this like very tense like it was crazy because like I was having so much fun and it was such like a beautiful job to have and like a fun job like what like dream job like obviously like so many people would agree but you show up and it's like a crazy amount of stress that you're not really like aware of why there should be so stressful. It's like a fun thing, you know what I mean?
It's not like you said this is my requirements for me to come to work here. That
Yeah,
was
it's like
something
yo,
that
y'all
you
hit
won.
me.
Yeah.
Y'all hit me up. Granted, like I'll admit, and I don't need to admit this, but y'all put me in a good situation when I needed it most.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll admit that because I'm a transparent guy and I'm an honest guy and that's my truth. But I don't need to say that. But also, I came to bat and I won. You know, what I mean, I hit a home run on y'all like
Mm-hmm.
multiple times for multiple weeks. So like that's just what it was, bro. And then once I got to the main show, then it's like now you start learning like someone like me I didn't know a whole lot of like, I was never like a mark per se. You know what I mean? I definitely was a fan of some guys and like saw some stuff, but I didn't like check everything out. No, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know the lingo. So now I'm learning a whole new subset of lingo that's like not even really in the streets. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
wrestling backstage lingo is like a unique capacity bubble to itself. And a lot of people don't even know that. Some people watching this, that might be the first time they even hear that. So I'm learning this lingo. I'm learning how to and to not say it. Obviously, like the jobber tweet, like crippled me somehow, like which is nuts. Like that could have propelled me. It could have been
Mm-hmm.
a angle. Could have been a work. It was literally me at home uh, on a Monday night, like where I could have been out drinking, out doing whatever, out spending all this money I had, but I
Mm-hmm.
was watching the product, weighing in, and these four guys, the social outcasts who already expressed they didn't like me, were finally on the show, and they came out and did like, in my opinion, like not a piss poor job, but super mid, like
Mm-hmm.
so mid. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm thinking I want that, so I'm aggressively asserting myself. It's already been deemed that I'm going to be Bronson Matthews because they don't want to adopt the Yeti name, which is fine. But I was like Bronson Matthews, my dog. It's like I had like a sick ass list of like 12 names that I suggested that I curated, They didn't, I
Mhm.
don't even think they looked at it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But so I see. So anyway, I'm back home Monday night, Ride, watching the Social Outcast come out, and I'm thinking like, this is whack. So I'm gonna talk about it because I'm already healed. It is what it is. So I say something like super compassionately aggressive. I call them social jobbers. You know, like I
Mhm.
don't even say nothing. I had this new thing where I was like kind of working this yup. I like it. I'd come out to the ring. I'd act real arrogant. I would talk slow, demean the crowd, and be like, "Yup, I like it." I don't like now. I don't even know what I was doing at that point, but it was just like character
Mhm.
development, just being weird. This is at Armories. I'm doing this, and so I put, "Yup, I like it." Hashtag social outcast. Or so, instead of saying social outcast, I said hashtag social jobbers. Boom, thing trended, went viral. Like all Kevin Owens, all these weirdos that literally like are super still like even Kevin Owens superstar but mid. You know what I mean? Like he's not like I don't know. Some people might like him. I don't know. So he's like not on like the Michael Jordan poster. He's like a guy in the mud. You know what I mean? Like he's like
Mhm.
the average blue collar guy. Some guys might die from him. I don't know. Whatever. He's pissed. Stardust is pissed. The guy, oh, I got kids, guys pissed. All these dudes are pissed, and they're like tweeting about it. But they're putting me over, but they don't want to put me over. They're trying to like bury me. But in reality, they're putting me over because this tough enough guy put this weird tweet out that could have just got like blown away in the dust. But they all retweet it, weigh in on it. It puts me over, but they don't use that over momentum to squash me or something. Like
Mhm.
it's like crazy, bro. Like I was like throwing them an alley oop, not even knowing I was throwing them an alley oop in the moment. I was just kind of just being me, just literally letting my magic whip and doing something that they could have turned into something and
Mhm.
like brought me with them. But it didn't work out like that, bro. And then next thing, the whole internet hates me. They say like career suicide over a tweet like that because I use jobber outside, da da da. Then I go like then unbeknownst to a lot of people, I got summoned to wrestling court in Miami by uh who's the strongest man? What's his name?
Mark
Mark
Henry.
Henry, blown up. So anyway, yeah, Mark Henry calls me in for that. It's madness. It's just a bunch of madness, bro.
What was your punishment for that?
I mean, like I got kicked out of the locker room, bro.
Mhm.
Like instantly before the court, I got kicked out of the locker room, and like so I like wanted to like test the water, so I still went into the locker room, and we had like cubicles that were like kind of nice, and then so I didn't want to claim a cubicle, so I still went in, even though I got told, and I wanted to see how that's gonna work out, because I mean, come on, dog, it's my workplace, like I need
Mhm.
to change and shit. So then I still go in, and instead of claiming a cubicle, I just claim like a spot on the bench and put my bag and my stuff under the bench. And then like after the first hour and a half workout I did, I went back up to go like change shirts and stuff because we sweat a gang. You have to bring like multiple outfits, and all my stuff's out in the hall, fanned out everywhere. And I'm pretty sure it was that little rat bastard Bull Dempsey. He was like sucking Matt Bloom's dick heavy back then. Like that's all he did. You know what I mean? So I mean I don't know. You probably gotta edit that out, but anyway, he like cause he that's like I mean he didn't really have a superpower except to be like a what's the word they use aside from rat they use stooge. He's a stooge motherfucker, bro. Bull Dempsey still is. I mean that guy's still just trying to do what he's doing. I mean it's sad, you know what I mean? It is what
Mhm.
it is. I'll talk shit right now. he he was like those guys like he's like shakes your hand, stab you in the back the same day, like and then be like, I don't know what happened, but shit, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
he banned my shit out. I ended up having like people clean it up. I was all mad, heated. Matt Bloom's all pissed. Then it turned into a thing now. All the armories I go to, all the shows I go to, I would just when I get there, I knew I wasn't welcome in the locker room, so I would just stay away and I'd go find an office building somewhere. I'd find another office that was like usually had a nicer chair and like my own shit, and then that'd be my locker room. And I'd put it on my social media, and be like, "Yeah, the VIP locker room." And they hated it because like I'm not gonna lose, bro.
Mhm.
Like you can't bully me, bro. I'm a grown man. Like come on, dog. And
Mhm.
then so that turned into this thing where it's like I kind of like reverse engineered it and stayed happy, but then also it was like I get almost kind of guaranteed I was never going to get invited back in because they knew how mad and how serious I took it.
Mhm.
So it was like I think they wanted me to like beg and plead and oh I'm so sorry, please let me back in. And I'm just not going to do that. So then now that I'm doing my own locker room situation, that's like I never like to the day that I got fired or I didn't get fired. We can get into that. To the day that I like hit up my entertainment attorney and we negotiated the terms, and I like technically retired or quit. Uh, I like never got invited back into the locker room. I mean, like no one even like I had friends that were like starting to kind of eke and get some like standing in the show,
Mm-hmm.
like suggest I should come back in, but there was never like a clear cut like welcome back. So it
Mm-hmm.
was just like, well, I'm a dip on it. You know what I mean? Crazy.
So that's what led to you leaving WWE. Because it just wasn't. It was obvious they weren't gonna let it go.
Yeah, exactly. It was obvious, bro. Super obvious.
Was it hard to get out of that deal?
Nah. Luckily I was given a pretty I was given like contact to a pretty good entertainment attorney,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically um was able to like really zip that thing up tight and help me out and make sure that I was taken care of. It was just also kind of like upset that I had to endure with like that type of treatment for as long as I did. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
I was blessed to have all that happen and behoove me. So
How has
yeah,
life been after WWE?
life after, bro, it's been pretty good. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff, bro. Like I basically I went back home for a little while and like just tried to like calm down and like I guess be normal and
Mm-hmm.
like do a normal life. And it was kind of like gut wrenching because like I had like chosen a while ago to like make sure I'm always gonna be extraordinary no matter what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't sitting well with me. And then I kept trying to do some like blue collar type stuff, and it was cool, and it was like ebbs and flows. And then I ended up getting an offer in like late 2018, early 2019 to go to LA to open up this gym called Dog Pound in LA. And there was already a Dog Pound in New York. I had met the owner in New York, and really cool gym, boutique gym, like new age fitness, sexy, all matte black on black, loud music, club vibes in the gym. You know what I mean? Like who can do it best? Like some guys are cornballs and translates weird and it works, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
I was like able to like emit my like C level celebrity status slash football hype man, team captain slash WWE superstar into that atmosphere, and like it worked well, and like a lot of people trusted me. So now I'm in LA, opened up Dog Pound. I'm training Justin Bieber, Adam Levine, Kelly Rowland. You know what I mean? Just to name a few. I'm basically now training the stars out of nowhere, and it was like a huge blessing, and I definitely deserve that as well. You know what I mean? It seems like I'm getting blessing after blessing, but I definitely go through some muddy waters in between to deserve these. And like,
Mm-hmm.
like it was like it wasn't just for me; it was for my kids, for X, Y, and Z. So I got to go do that for a while, and then COVID happened. I kept doing it through COVID. COVID made it weird. We had to like start going on to online training mostly like FaceTime sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to shut us down. It was getting weirder and weirder. X, Y, and Z's happening. Um, starts getting to a point where basically um, I like wanted to part ways. There was some weird equity promises slash contracted equity that me being a founding trainer along with another guy were supposed to have, and then through COVID and like some situation where some money got shuffled around that was no longer the case. I uncovered that, so then I left and I created No Cap Fitness and started just kind of like freelancing out there by myself, like training people who wanted to train with me. It was working out nicely, and it's like spotty, you know what I mean? I didn't have like I had a good facility that I came up on quickly that I
Mm-hmm.
could use, but I didn't own it. So that's like tricky, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't feel the same. And it's like there's like you're playing by someone else's rules that's like not part of your business. And so then I got into Root Strength with my partner that I just told you about. Root Strength, we created that, we launched it, went out to Colombia, launched that, got it out in some facilities out there in the gym scene out in Colombia. And then now I've just been like kind of just drifting throughout the states, state to state, trying to sell the product. Um, I got into a quick little MMA stint. I took a fight. That was fun. Then I like right after that, I ended up having this like life saving surgery. I had to get an exploratory laparotomy. One day I ended up like going to the hospital. I was feeling crazy for weeks, so I went to the hospital. Stomach was killing me. They sent me home. 2 days later, I like could barely walk. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, he's about to die. I'm over. It's
Mm-hmm.
over with. And then I headed back to the hospital. They're like, you're septic. They cut me open. They cut my horse belly open, bro. Like big zipper, boom. And they saved my life. And then I was in the hospital for like 15 days. And then after that, I like huge like awakening again, like another awakening. And like I've been vegan since then, just
Mhm.
because not like any like peer suggestion from like a doctor or anything, but just me. Like when I was in college, I studied kinesiology, exercise science, got a minor in sports nutrition. So like I'm highly aware of like how to formulate a body and like what's good and what's not good, and like that life changing moment kind of like detoured me away from meat, not only just permanently up front, but mostly like knowing like on my path to recovery, I needed to take it easy on my digestive system. So I took it really easy. And then I started seeing like how my body would react to like a plant-based diet.
Mhm.
And I saw like a lot of good benefits. I started seeing like quicker recovery. And then I started realizing I really don't want to like put meat into my vessel no more, just because like a number of reasons, scientifically and spiritually, to be honest.
Mhm.
And then I stuck with it. And now I've been vegan for over a year now, and I'm just like looking for the next adventure. Honestly, bro, I got a couple cool things going on. Like I've been like since COVID, I really got into like a dope marriage with mushrooms of all sorts, like
Mhm.
homeopathic and um, psilocybin type mushrooms. So like it's like helped me like really like explode my artistic side in terms of like what I can do like on the screen or like in the theater, but also like with my hands in terms of like art. So
Mhm.
I'm just kind of like taking it day by day with that, selling my products, looking for another opening. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to get into voice acting. I'm not. I shouldn't say I'm trying to get into it. I am into it. I just signed with Wilhelmina Denver modeling agency, so I'm doing that, and they're gonna represent me for modeling, but also for like voice acting or acting. So that's like coming up in 2024. And I mean, that's pretty much it, bro, for now.
Busy, busy, busy man.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts, bro. It's like when I talk about it, it's like, I'm like, damn, am I arrogant or am I just too busy? I can't tell. I can't really tell anymore. But nah, I ain't arrogant, bro. It's just a lot of shit hitting me at all at once, consistently.
Mhm.
I'm blessed for it, bro. Um, I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's pretty much what I got going now. What you got
Mhm.
going, bro?
Just trying to launch this podcast and get on my way here. I've been doing it for 2 years, and it's starting to get momentum behind it. So just thankful that it's taken off the way that it has.
Amen, bro. So you will you post just on Instagram or do you post on YouTube too, or what do you doing
All
it
of it,
all?
yeah. Yep.
All right, good. Yeah, that's good. Just keep pushing it, bro,
Hmm.
and just yeah, I don't know, like feed the algorithm how it needs to be fed, and just keep pushing it.
Now, when you left WWE, did anybody else reach out at that time for wrestling purposes?
Yeah. So at first it was like I don't know, it was such a weird, sensitive time. Like when someone blacklisted you in that little niche era of however many months that was,
Hmm.
they would like really like echo it to the tribe, and like it was kind of like a full no for everybody. But then I would say after a couple months, I had a couple little indie promotions
Hmm.
reach out and like tell me something. And I think there was a little bit of like I was pretty jaded, so there was like some parts of me didn't want to even try to think about pursuing it.
Hmm.
Other parts of me were like really adamant about like like let's just let's listen to the universe here and give this another go.
Hmm.
And then for me too, it wasn't about the money anymore. I was definitely interested in getting some money, but um, I didn't want to. I didn't want to like go do something that had hurt me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Absolutely.
so, in respecting myself, I didn't do nothing, bro. But then a little bit longer, maybe a year and a half out, some people like reapproached me, and then a little furthermore, I had a couple friends that I know. Like the thing is, a lot of the people still are friends with me. They know, like there's like a good core of people. PJ Black. I don't want to call anyone out, but it's not even Heat anymore. It's like just old school shit.
Hmm.
I got like Dan Matha, PJ Black, uh, Biff Busick. Like those are some like down ass guys that'll give me opportunities to
Hmm.
like say my name in a room and like give me an opportunity if I want it. Or those are the guys who I'd reach out to kind of network, get back into it.
Hmm.
There are some promotions that there was actually one time, bro, right before I took the MMA fight, I was like, I don't know what it was, but I got serious in me to just pursue it again. So I reached out to 2 wrestling schools, and one of them was, I didn't even know about them, but I was at a jiu-jitsu gym here in Denver, in like Westminster, and this guy was like, "Oh, bro, you should go to this wrestling school." Da 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 da. And I'm like, "Cool." I'm like, "Set it up. Like, help me out. Like, give me contact, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
He gave me a contact, and these guys, like a dead ass, like maybe 5, 6, 7 years removed, still were like honoring this, like, cause there's such marks that they're like, "Oh no, he's still out." It's like, God damn, bro. Like, I was trying to go over there and get work in and start like running around, running ropes again, because that's how you. It doesn't matter who you are, even if you're Hulk Hogan. If you want to get going again, you got to go run the ropes a little bit and like get back in the mix, and that's how you ignite the flame. So I was gonna go do that, and they cock blocked me out of it, bro. They vetoed me out. They like wouldn't get back to me, and I'm just like, all right, well that's exactly what I needed to know. So I just didn't do it. At this point, I would still like to make a comeback in some sort. I'm gonna be one of those guys. I'm not gonna bump for nobody. I'm gonna like I will bump and like take some wild shit if it matters, but I'm not just gonna go bump for nobody, bro. Like I already did. I like punched my bump card way too much just in Tough Enough alone with for nobody. There ain't no way I'm about to do that shit like some nobody. That's just sad. I mean, that's not arrogant. It's just I respect myself.
Yep.
But that's the vibe, bro. I mean, I would definitely do it if I had a promotion hit me up and was like, "Hey, we'll fly you out. We'll pay for your room and we'll give you this check." I'm there, bro. Like I'll do it. But also, like, I want to know. I hope I have some sort of lifeline because, like, that's the thing too, bro. You hear guys locally, friends that I were high school football stars, played college maybe, da da da. They finally decide to pick it up again and go play some like flag football. They tear a pec, blow off their knee. It's like, bro, that's not worth it, bro. You're not even getting a check. Now all of a sudden you gotta pay insurance, whatever, to like get. You know what I mean? Nah, bro. Like you gotta protect yourself.
So, where can people reach out to you at? You've got a lot going on. You've got a lot of products, and you're
Yeah,
very
bro. People
active
can
on
reach out to me
social
on my
media.
Instagram. It's probably the best way. I got my email address. I got my links to my businesses on there. My Instagram is at YetiHood. My email address is listed in my bio, all that good stuff. So if you go to my Instagram, I'll say that's my main hub. I'm gonna see that. I'm addicted just like the rest of us. We're all scrolling all day. So if you want to get a hold of me, go to my Instagram. It's at YetiHood.
Besides the 2 products that you showed earlier, do you have anything else going on, product-wise?
Product wise, so I'm starting a vegan festival out here in Colorado. It's called Vegan Clubhouse. Um, you can get some of the merch that's coming out soon on my Millions account, which is also attached to my Instagram. It's in my link in bio. And so the Vegan Clubhouse. It's like a vegan marketplace, vegan event that will be happening every other month or every month in Colorado. It's a great time. Come out. Vegan Clubhouse by yours truly. Please come support. Follow us. You can follow us on Instagram at Vegan Clubhouse Official. And so we'll be doing markets here in Denver, Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado, in Fort Collins, Colorado, and in the metro area. And so you could come in. We're looking for vendors. We're looking for people that like food trucks that are vegan. We're looking for anybody that's in like a health and wellness niche. You come to me. If you're not vegan, if it's close, some people sell honey. Some people consider honey vegan, not. We're looking for vendors. We're getting this thing going in February. So the first one's going to be February to be determined on the exact date. But vendor acceptance applications start on February 2nd. So that's another huge thing. But yeah, bro, I mean, yeah, so root strength, get rooted, adaptogenic, mushroom energy. Tastes like hot chocolate. Delicious. Got to get it. Root strength. Tap in. If you go to the link in my bio, DM me. I'll get you a discount code. It's a really good product, bro. I'm gonna get you some. Feel free to
Appreciate
feature
that.
it or just throw it up on your story when you fall in love with it. Because you'll fall in love with it. It's not like one of those products where it's like super producty. Like it's like this, like it's like a good product, bro. Like I genuinely drink it daily. Love it. Kama bar, Kama Euphorics, tantric chocolate bar, aphrodisiac bar for you and your lover, for you to love yourself. Enjoy it while you can. Get it now. It's just launched. Beautiful aphrodisiac bar. Check that out. I mean, that's all I got right now, bro. I appreciate the time, dog. You got any other questions for me? How you
No,
doing, bro?
I just appreciate you taking the time out and coming on today.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that too, dog. Yeah, I know. Sorry it took so long. Glad we got it done.
Yeah.